Hello and welcome to the show. Today we have with us Rajan Bharti Mittal, the man who's spearheading Bharti Enterprises retail business. Rajan, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Finally, the decision is in after so much wait and after so much dilly-dallying. A sense of relief?
No, I think it is. We've been saying from the industry point of view that it is an important event, and it is important from the point of view where many stakeholders are involved. So finally, a decision which was taken last year and then kept on pause, and post the consultation with a variety of stakeholders, finally a decision has been taken. States have been given the opportunity. Many states have already come on board, and I think this is the first step.
Rajan, when you talk about the first step, there are many more steps to go, and a lot of the steps will also be needed by the retailers themselves. So when you look at the landscape in India, because this is going to be now a case of state-by-state approval, how does that weigh in for a retailer? Is that a ponderous task for anybody looking to come in, for Indian companies who are already there, who are looking to form joint ventures with other retailers?
Well, let me say how this landscape works. We have to understand. The government notification is clear that you have to come to FIPB for getting the permissions, bringing these set of rules that have been set up, and then you go on states. As I said earlier, that some states are already on board. They've already written to the government and saying we welcome this. So those states are pretty much straightforward, where you can go and start investing in cities which are million plus, and also what these states would allow you, even if they're not. Second step is really the states who they will have to go and engage all of us as the industry. But I must point out here is that for the Shops and Establishment Act, under that, you have to go to the states in any case, irrespective of the funding pattern, be it domestic also, be it international. So those licenses, which amount to 25, 26 licenses, you have to go and engage the state in any case. So I think this is a process which will follow through.
Business, of course, has inherent risks. Every business has it. But this factor of state governments allowing the retailers to come in, when the state governments change, there could be a change in policy. So does that bring in a sense of uncertainty among investors? Because people who are looking to invest at least $100 million would be looking to invest for long-term stability in terms of policy, in terms of the whole environment.
No, well, that may be the case, but we haven't seen any rollback of policies. Even in the center, there have been many governments over a period of last 2 decades of reforms, and every government has only taken it forward, and it's not that somebody has resigned those decisions. So I think we have to give that to the governments of the day, that for the betterment of this nation and for keeping the investor sentiment in mind, those issues will be resolved. And I also must say, states which will start gathering momentum by way of farmer linkages, by way of local manufacturers linkages, and of course the employment generation, there is no reason for the states to go back on a policy which will only showing positive results.
When you look at the sort of investments which will come in, there is a requirement for doing a lot of back-end investments. Do you feel that many of those conditions could be restrictive in terms of getting 30% of your produce from the small enterprises, bringing in money into back end, making a 50% of that investment in back end? Do you think that these could be restrictive conditions? Because some of the retailers have been saying that these are somewhat restrictive conditions.
Back end, in any case, the idea of this whole sector is to really put the linkages from really farm to the fork, for which you'll have to build back end your own third-party back end. So there will be an ecosystem which has to be built. So what is being told is the cold chains, the distribution centers, the warehouses, cold storages, I mean, those are normally built by the companies who are part of it. Then there is trucking part, which is also part of the supply chain, logistic chain, where the reefer trucking is required. So you'll get a third parties and a 3PLs, as we call it. So there will be linkages. As far as 30% is concerned, we'll have to start building towards it. They've given us a time frame for us to build it. We are already doing that for our private brands and for local manufacturing. We hope that those conditions will go and speak to them. For argument, we believe cooperatives should be part of this, because really speaking, cooperatives are small and medium and probably even more than that. Yeah. Secondly is really once you enhance the small and medium from a larger period of time, they must be considered as sourcing as well. Yes. Because the idea is not to restrict manufacturing at that level. The idea is to grow manufacturing, enhance manufacturing. So I think those discussions and debates can always happen. But it's a good time.
Crucial point, because single brand retailers have also raised a similar issue that when global majors start sourcing from a company, there is a tendency that the company doesn't remain a small enterprise anymore, and that is a genuine concern. So have you raised that also? No. And are you talking to the government on that, because that seems to be a concern with all retailers, whether it is single brand or multi brand?
No, I think single brand, they have they've already said that preferably, yes, and which is the right thing to do. At the end of the day, the Indian manufacturing needs to be strengthened, and there are layers on those manufacturing. So idea is really to kickstart, and then we'll go and engage with them. And I don't think so that people on the other side in the government will not see this merit. As long as manufacturing is being enhanced, India is becoming a manufacturing base, there is no reason for, otherwise what will happen, people will start making smaller companies within that spectrum. We don't want more paperwork. So I'm sure this logic will resonate, and we'll go at an appropriate time.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.